So how would you grade student interest in proper waste management here at Rice?
Well, instead of giving an overall grade, I think it's going to vary depending on the student. For some it's an A and for some it's an F. We have some students who are very interested and active in promoting recycling on campus. Others, it really doesn't cross their radar screen. So I see the whole range of good behavior and bad behavior. That's part of the constant struggle.
I would say we're doing a really good job on our website, social media, within class projects, in business schools. Richard Johnson actually teaches a class that does this well. And where we could do better is really promotion within the colleges. So having colleges leadership spend more time talking to their students, perhaps during O Week a little bit more, although there is some of that there. But really you need to be talking to the colleges continuously, all the time, throughout the school year. Otherwise it sometimes gets lost as the school year goes on and they get busy with classes and things like that.
It becomes a matter of convenience to many students once they get involved in working on projects, having a school load. The factor of convenience is taken into consideration when green lifestyles is considered. So if it's not easy, it doesn't seem convenient.
I think the two great success stories for waste minimization are trayless dining, which was a student-driven initiative that Housing and Dining embraced. And then also in the kitchens, our chefs are fabulous about finding ways to reduce food waste and reuse what some would consider waste in other recipes. And so there are some chefs which literally they approach zero waste in how they go about their business, which is remarkable. It's because we have professional chefs who are always trying to outdo themselves and outdo each other.
It seems like a simple thing, but one of the things I would love to see is students take their own water bottle all over the campus and fill up that bottle wherever you
Preach.
go. Because the amount of plastic that we're, even though it's going into recycling, but if we can reduce it completely out of the recycling and landfill, it'd be a great thing.
I think one area that needs dramatic improvement is outdoor recycling, and the other is probably recycling within the residential colleges themselves and what the students are doing. And understand the challenge here. With faculty and staff, they're a stable population, and many faculty and staff have been here for decades, so they know what to do. But when you're talking with students, you're talking with a parade. You have a whole new group coming through every year. And so they come from places with different practices and families with different practices. And then, it can be confusing for them within the residential colleges. Some colleges do things a little bit differently than other colleges. And then before you know it, they're moving off campus, then they may forget some things about Rice, and they come back on again. And so I think that's the real area of challenges, how they go about recycling in their rooms and in their colleges.
Utility usage should be a little bit more on a volunteer basis. Rice typically has a lot of systems in place for heating and air conditioning and lighting so that things are scaled down and up and down, according to the time of day or holiday schedule and things like that. But I think students could do a better job of when they leave their room, not relying on the motion sensor, turn off the light, turn it off as they go out the door.
A lot of it is fixing perception of how we recycle. What does a low flow shower head actually mean? What's the point of having dual flush? What's the point of returning utensils and silverware, glassware to the serveries? How that is a part of waste minimization. It seems like there's the understanding of what single stream recycling is still something that students are trying to grasp and understand. So I think it's more education, it's more involvement from their fellow students, educating their fellow students.
We need to educate our students about what all this means, and this is how you perform it, and this is how you practice.
I once heard someone say, if you don't favor zero waste, how much waste are you in favor of? Which kind of frames it nicely. Now, a lot of universities have gone on this path, and they've adopted a policy that's what they call darn near zero waste, because there are some things that people just bring in from the outside that you just can't control. but still some cities, some campuses are getting pretty close. And so they're showing that it's possible. And certainly with some of the students that I've met over the years, especially those who are involved in Project Green Challenge, they've showed that you can get pretty close to a zero waste lifestyle. It just there's a change of mindset that's involved, but it is achievable if you put in the work and the effort.
My name's Emmy LaFountain. I'm a senior at Rice University.
Excellent. And what do you think Rice University should do on its path to becoming a zero waste university?
I think a lot of it's on the students to analyze what they waste on a daily basis. I mean, you can leave it all to the administration, but that only takes you a quarter of the way. So a lot of it is on the students' shoulders to fix the problem of being a less wasteful community.
What are some things you've learned from Project Green Challenge to help you achieve zero waste?
Project Green Challenge has really forced me to analyze my own living styles. For example, yesterday I carried around a bag of the trash I produced for 24 hours, and as embarrassing as that might have been, I got a lot of questions about it, and it forced me to question my own living style as well. And it made me realize that I do create a lot of trash on a daily basis, and if you multiply that by 365 days, it really adds up.
That's outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you.